Scorpio, let's talk about what Pluto and Mars are doing. And then we'll talk about which one of you, especially which decant, so which part of Scorpio is going to be most impacted by all the conjunctions, including the conjunction between Mercury and Pluto that is going to be happening this week. So that's what we're going to get into, guys. Yes, I will pick a few cards for you just so I can see what energies the universe has in store for you. Scorpio, this is your weekly tarot card reading. It is for Scorpio, sun, moon, and rising sign. There is always an extended reading, and I really, really hope that you will come over. This is your reading, so please apply all the energies that I described where they resonate in your life. And leave comments below, because I love to know how things are impacting you. There is a imposter account that is leaving messages underneath my comments. You will know if they're really me or not if the comment is highlighted. If Born Without Boundaries is highlighted in black, that's me. If it's just a normal comment, like anybody else replying to your comment, you know that's not really me. Please report them. Shady stuff is afoot. So let's call it out and let's purge it. Guys, if you really love my content, be sure to like this video and then share it on your social media platforms and subscribe to the channel so that you can ring that notification bell and know when I upload all your favorite content. And I have a second YouTube channel called Astrology Motivation, where you can come and actually live chat with me Monday through Friday. If you subscribe over there, I would love to hear your voice in the chat. It's a complicated week because of all the conjunctions. And for those Scorpios that are late season Scorpios. So I would say between 20 degrees and 30 degrees. Scorpio, Sagittarius cusp. It's you guys that are going to be feeling the most impact from all of these conjunctions. But Pluto and Mars, let's talk about them. Pluto is going to be conjunct Mercury this entire week. And what does that mean? Think private investigator. Think inquiry, deep inquiry. But sometimes, because it's a conjunction, it's neither good nor bad, it's just powerful, to the point where you could be obsessing and distracting yourself overly obsessing and never get any answers. There could also be deep conversations, and conversations won't, particularly those of you who are born toward the end of Scorpio season, shallow conversations just will not suit you. Maybe they never do, but especially not this week. Because there's just you're thinking deeply, you're thinking very spiritually, you want something more. So if you're going out on dates and they just want to talk about the weather, and you're not going to be in for small talk. You know, this is a time for deep conversations, to open yourself up that way. But this energy will affect all of you. Pluto is going to be César square to Mars, which means there's a bit of a conflict, because it's like, I want to know, I want to change things. The extremes could be getting in the way of you actually getting something done. Mars is very favorably aspected. It's sextile to Chiron, which means I'm motivated by pain. But if I try to dig too deep and get too many answers, and I could obsess and lose my direction. So what you all want to really focus on this week is purpose and intent, and just taking the power back and assuming the lead when it comes to making decisions and pushing yourself forward, because you could be driven to distraction with that Mercury conjunct Pluto. Now, for those of you who are like, I would say, so late term, late season Scorpios, your natal sun is going to be trine to the Pluto Mercury conjunction. It's going to be square. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's going to be trine to the Venus Neptune conjunction. It's going to be square to the Sun Saturn conjunction. It's going to be sextile to the Mercury Pluto conjunction, and it's going to be sesquare to the Jupiter Chiron conjunction. There's a lot happening for you guys this week. That's a lot of freaking energy coming at you, and it's big choices all of a sudden in your face. Like, there is no getting around it because it's so much energy interacting. For those of you earlier on in Scorpio season, it's not going to be as intense. You will feel the Mercury-Pluto conjunction, absolutely. 100%. What I just described, the Mercury-Pluto conjunction says a square to Mars, which is sextile to Chiron, having to just make a decision, decide to allow your pain from the past to motivate you just enough, not to explain it, not even to understand it. Because remember, Pluto energy cannot be understood. It is an eternal mystery. But you will be primally driven, and you have to trust that energy, especially if it's driven by suffering that you've been through in the past, to get something done. Motivated to get something done, you don't need the T's crossed and the I's dotted. And if you try to look for it, it could drive you to distraction. But for those of you at the end of Scorpio, I will tell you that this is a lot of energy. This is a lot of pebbles in your shoes. For example, the square between the square to your natal sun square to this current Sun-Saturn conjunction, you could be butting heads with authority figures, people who think they're right and decide you have to let me lead. You're going to be butting heads. It's going to be challenging for you this week. Your sextile to the Mercury-Pluto conjunction, that means that some information that's coming up from the depths is going to work for you, or you're going to be ready and prepared to have deeper conversations. So that's actually a sextile, and that can work for you. The trine between Venus and Neptune, the trine between your natal sun and the conjunction between Venus and Neptune, that could drive you to distraction because trines are harmonious, but they also make you lazy. So really, like, being so distracted and caught up in love and romance to the point where it's almost like being perpetually drunk. So you can be driven to distraction this week, very easily overwhelmed by all this energy. The sesquare to Jupiter conjunct Chiron means that honestly you're not really dealing with the pain that you should be facing. You could be using a lot of escape mechanisms now because the energy is too intense. So just be very aware of that. Neither good nor bad, but intense always around. First card that came out, and it was facing me as I shuffled. There's an ending here. Completely and totally finished. Something that you have tried and it's caused you a lot of pain. I don't want any more pain. Just say it out loud. I don't want any more pain. It's over. It's done. Something has reached its final bow, curtain call, over, right? And now you understand. Now you understand there's some sort of clarity here about all the pushback, the fighting, the haters, the nitpickies. Now you have some sort of insight, right? It's over. What's over? All this craziness, all this chaos, all the haterade, all the pecking and the nagging, all the no you can't, you're just done. It's almost like I'm so sick and tired of this. I am done. Because what you are done with is like guidelines, standards, rules and regulations. There's always another one. There's always another one. There's always another condition. There's always another clause. There's always and you're done. You're like, then you know what? I've decided I'm not dealing with this because this is stupid. This is your way of wasting my time so you can get more of a piece of me, and haven't you taken enough? You get to answer that question. Let me say this right now. Bam, somebody has been f***ing you up. They have been betraying you. Absolutely. And it doesn't have to be a someone. It could be the bank you were working with. It could be the platform that you're trying to work on. It just constantly undermining. Something is constantly undermining. But this comes out confirmed. Guess what? Justice. But what does that mean? Somebody is evading the justice. Somebody is undermining the justice. Somebody isn't doing something fair. They're pretending to. But this is screwing it. You know, the way the lawyers screw law. That's what this is. This sense of it's making something nefarious and underhanded look like, oh, but it's fair. I'm doing it for the right reasons. No, they're not. They're doing it to take when somebody else is distracted with all this red tape that they put you under. It's bullshit. And you know it. And I'll tell you, Pluto's just not about to take it this week. There's just nothing in any of your wheelhouse that's going to be able to take that BS this week. King of Swords made a decision, and it's hardcore. Oh yeah. Very clear. The decision now is very clear. It's almost easy. It's like a knife just sharpened going through butter. It's a hot knife going through butter. It's easy. Made a decision. There could be a judgment being made, since I see so much here with regards to justice and judging. And what is that, God? About which direction you're going to go into. It's definitely a sense of, I'm going for it. I'm not waiting. I just heard, rather ask forgiveness than permission. I'm not waiting. I'm tired of this crap. Knight of Wands. The decision is made easy. I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to do it. I don't care what they say. They can catch me if they can. And this could be what that energy is. Catch me if you can. Because if you make it too hard for me up front, I'm gonna steal it. I'm gonna take it. So now at least, even if it's not you, you know the motivation of whoever is screwing you. The sense of, because it's too much and it doesn't make sense and it's unjust to begin with, I'm just gonna do it my way. That's a motivation. Sometimes it's justified. The Magician is here. It's coming out a little bit in the past. So this is something that you tried to get done, something you were creating, something you were working on, manifesting it. This is you. So it tells me this might be you. This might be the mentality that you're embodying, which is, I'm going to steal my justice. Because every time I try to fight, there's more crap and more excuses and somebody pretending to be righteous, when really all they're doing is stabbing me in the back. So what am I going to do? Give up? I'm not giving up. I'm going to just proceed with my own rules. Okay. Let's pull a moon card because it's appropriate. A new romantic cycle begins. I told you a lot of you are going to get distracted by love, and that very well could be what it is. Especially for you late season Scorpios. But I would say, now that it's out in the reading, the general reading, all of you, you could be trying to escape from the craziness because you're tired of it, you're sick of it, you're done. Romance could be a distraction for you this week, but watch that, because that doesn't always end up well. I don't think you guys are going to care, to be honest with you. I think there's a lot of, mess around, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, energy flying in the air, and that's maybe just a distraction that you want. This won't last long, but it will sweep you off your feet if that's what you're looking for. We have a Hanged Man and a Knight of Cups. You've been waiting for this kind of love for a while, or for somebody to express their love for a while, or for something to, maybe opportunity, maybe love in general, maybe feeling passionate about anything at all has eluded you for quite some time. It's suddenly feeling like your heart is back online. Or it represents waiting, or somebody is waiting for you to show love. King of Pentacles is here. Are you dealing with a King of Pentacles? Feel free to leave the comments below. No, in terms of work, your ships can come in. Something is finally paying off, especially Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. We're going to get into specifics. Just let me finish the shuffle. There's a new opportunity on the horizon that's coming in for you. I think all of this frustration is happening this week to make you very unafraid to go and do that new thing. Because being a fixed sign, it's very complicated and you get stuck. And ultimately, there is something beautiful on the horizon. Could be a new job, could be a new opportunity, especially if it's a love opportunity between Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo. Your ships are coming in. You've waited a long time for this offer. Could be, maybe you waited to get engaged, or it may not be nothing about romance, but that's throwing out interpretations for you. These two cards fell out, Ace of Wands and Judgment. It's like, now I know, now I'm sure, now I'm certain. Or at least with this energy, it's gonna make you like make a rash decision, but it's something that you have had time to consider. Kind of was just digging down and doing your work hard, or maybe you needed to do the hard work to discover how much you actually enjoyed being in this situation. You're starting to see value in what you're doing, and I don't mean just monetary value, though that could be it too. Maybe finally being appreciated and your hard work being recognized. You've waited a while for this recognition and opportunity, or you've either waited a while. If it has to do with love, you've either waited a while to feel love, or you've been waiting for somebody to show it. Because they've held back. Whoever is held back is just going to come out and show it. And I got to tell you, the hormones are so high that they're actually pushing you into that direction. Let's get deeper. The Lovers is here, and so is the Hermit. You dealing with a Virgo? Or have you kept this secret? This is on its side. It means it's moving forward. It wants to go forward, but you're alone. What is that conflict? Because Hermit is about, I need to heal alone. I need to go. It's introverted. It's introverted. Maybe you have been working too much, or somebody has been working too much. They've been introverted, or they've been going it alone, or kept themselves to themselves for a very long time. This has been very slow, but the attraction is strong and it's there. These are also Virgo, Gemini, Mercury. Something needs to be said. Virgos. I don't know if you're dealing with a Virgo. Something needs to be said. It needs to be spoken. It needs to be communicated. It also needs to be discovered. And I think that could be for some of you the aha. The now I know. Now I see, because I've been digging and I've been scrapping and now it finally comes out. Let's find out what it is. Though I have definitely hinted to you. Let's find out what it is. You guys, you put so much energy and effort, especially into romantic relationships. Why? Why? You end up doing it all yourself. And you can't be the whole love. You can't be both sides of the love affair. You got 2 cards in front of me. We're going to go to the extended. Let's see what is finally cracking open and you're going to discover. I'll see you guys there.